Hello, trading is closed on May 17th, 2017. Let's go over our calls. I was looking for lower prices today. The initial target was about 23.90. That was obviously hit before the open. The next target was around 23.80, and that was that low right over here. It's a target, it isn't a stop and reverse. So that one worked. With my previous call from April 24th, we had a target of 23.7213. That did print. The market never forgets these numbers, so we'll cross it off the list. There was support there, but support did not hold. I had a date with my timing system I'm still working on. The date was May 20th. That's a Saturday, so it's either May 19th or the 22nd. As far as right now, I'm allowing 2 days, which would mean today. The actual high was yesterday. I haven't finalized the rules. If I make the rules 3 days, it was a hit. If I keep them at 2 days, it was a miss. BJT said early on, it gave an ultimate sell, an ultimate buy. Usually when that happens, the rest of the morning is pretty wishy-washy. It was. Says this drop is a false move. We have a target of 2374.07, most likely to print tomorrow, and ultimately 2378.18. I think this drop is the real thing, and because of that, there's increased risk that these won't print within their preferred time frames. Ultimate signals, of course, don't have any time frames, but usually we don't have to wait long. At major changes in trend, these things tend to fail, and I wouldn't risk any money on it. So let's look at the intermediate term picture, the short-term picture, and then the very long-term picture. Intermediate term picture here, we're still on a sequential sell. Yesterday was day 13 of a combo sell. When you take out number 8 within 3 bars, it means the signal's real and should be believed. A lot of people are looking for a collapse. If we have a collapse, we should take out the TDST line within 3 bars, and that's 22.8365. So we'd have to have 2 more big down days to hit that. It's possible, but it looks like a pretty long ways down to me. So with that caveat, I look for a drop here, but not a complete collapse. Now, how low could we go? Well, here's more evidence that we've seen the high. Gann likes to divide things into thirds. This thing right in the middle perfectly divides it into thirds. I assume we got this spike low here. That would have to be revisited at some point. So we should go at least to 23.21, but DeMark says we're going lower than that. This black line we've talked about quite a few times. I said when it gets hit so many times, eventually it breaks. Today it did. This red line here is a DeMark TD line. The drop through it met his sustainability standards. That means we should have a 145-point drop under this line. Now, it doesn't say where it starts from. It could start from higher up, but it should be a 145-point drop, and that's a target. It isn't a stop and reverse level. And of course, if we went there in a straight line, we'd be at 22.34 and change, but I'm not predicting that. Well, this is the count we've been using. We had A and B in blue. I think we're in blue C, and there's a good chance that today marked the end of purple A, of blue C. For one thing, we do have higher targets. We have a wall into the close. It's easy to count 5 waves down. There's a fib relationship between wave 5 and waves 1 through 3. It's also twice wave 1, and if that is black C of purple A, you'll see it's it's hard to show this here, but here's black A. It starts over there. Here's blue B, you're in blue C. There's black A, and the extension is right at today's low. Not exact, but I think it's close enough. So I think we're going significantly lower, 145 points at some point, but there's a good chance that this is the end of the first wave down. Now let's look at the very long-term picture. Now this is how I'm counting it. 1, 2, 3. And I'm counting this as the fourth wave, ABC. A lot of people think this is 4 and that's wave 5. I don't want to argue the point, but let's assume I'm right. Let's assume we're in the fourth wave. If you take the height of wave 2 and set it at 61.8%, you'll see the Fibonacci relationships between waves 2 and wave 4. Now if that's correct, and if that's A, many times C and A are going to be equal. And if that's the case, this is going to hit about, it's about 2081. Although I can't get it right now. It's about 2081. And let's say that's the end of the fourth wave. You then have to figure out where is wave 5 going to end. Many times wave 5 and wave 1 are equal. And if they're equal here, here's where we had the fourth wave ending. You're going to get wave 5 ending. It's around 2634. Well, what's interesting about 2634 is if you take this low and this low, within a fraction, that's the number you get. And it's Fibonacci, it's a Fibonacci target of this prior consolidation going back to the 90s. And what makes life really interesting is if you take the 1994 low the December 94 low is about here. And you set this top to about 2634, where we're hypothesizing the rally might end. If you do that, you get an amazing hit right over here at the 50% level, and an incredible hit right here at the 14.6% level for a perfect Fibonacci pattern. So whether we'll hit those numbers or not, I don't know. but at least it's a plausible path, which will probably end in 2018. So we'll keep it in our minds, back of our minds for tomorrow. This is a big drop coming, but it doesn't mean we drop in a straight line. And we have a good chance, having completed 5 waves down, of having a rally tomorrow. These are the targets, but we can't count on imprinting, and that's today's call.